Okay, so now that I'm feeling a little bit better, like only a tiny bit, I am taking the time to kind of just update you all on where Washea is at the moment and what it's going to look like over the next, I would say, 3 months, and I'll kind of come back and update you with like what the next wave is going to be looking like. So, uh, first and foremost, I just want to say what options there are in terms of working with me. So, there is the meditation music experience, there is the baby loss comfort experience, there's the infertility comfort experience, and there is also the podcast editing experience. And I will be talking more about that on Facebook, and I'll kind of be bringing little nuggets of information here on YouTube as well as like on my other podcasting platforms. But I want you to know that although I may not be talking a lot about those things in terms of like posting as frequently as I have been, it doesn't mean that you can't access those. They are still available. It's just that there will be a few additions for the next 3 months. There's going to be a slight shift in focus because I'm going to be working with the content that I'm bringing you in waves. And as we go through the year, the way in which I'm working with and alongside Washea and my clients, and just how I'm personally healing through and growing through business, it's all going to make sense because there is a story that is unfolding not only for me but also for my clients and the women that are in and around my space, whether they choose to work with me or not. So I have obviously spent December talking about and being very vocal around baby loss. And that is symbolic for me and my journey so far. And that is like a core part of Washea. So I feel like I really want to reserve December's for the conversation around baby loss and honoring the conversation that exists around it. And while I'm going to be sprinkling it in throughout the year, I'm just kind of thinking off the top of my head. I know that October is going to be another very big month where I'm talking about baby loss awareness and other things surrounding that, because October is baby loss awareness month alongside some other things that are really important to the conversation. And yeah, throughout the year, I'm just going to be pulling in moments where I can bring up the conversation and topic of baby loss, miscarriage, sort of like the support around grief, and how to position yourself and set yourself up moving forward from like a practical level, like what questions to ask and how to move through. And then also from an energetic standpoint, like how to keep yourself calm and bring in the energetic and spiritual tools to help you alongside things like therapy. And I'll be talking about my own experiences as I'm moving through the next waves myself. And I do want to say that it feels very surreal that I'm at this point now where I'm openly declaring that there is, in fact, life that I can see and visualize after loss. Like I I keep saying this, and I kept saying this in the earlier part of December while I was talking about the baby loss comfort experience and how I was navigating all of those emotions in real time. But I can't believe I'm here. Cannot believe it. But we are. And yeah, it's the way that I'm moving forward and just preparing all the things is all a part of how the next certain amount of time unfolds for me. And I want to bring you guys along so that you also have a space to come into where you get to see the ups and downs of what happens after fully being able to honor where you are in the moment without trying to hide it and dim the emotions that you have just to make other people feel comfortable. So yeah, it is a little bit different from previous years, and I mean, you'll see just from my content and even on my YouTube channel, there have been times where I've been really, really consistent and then I just pulled back. But that's just because there was so many things that were juggled up in the air and I didn't know how to move through those things. So I was like, okay, I can't hold all the things. Let me just pull back and not say, do, or think about anything. And then when the time comes where I feel like I have things to say, I have things to share, I will in fact do those. And then you can definitely see that in my content where I pull away and then I come in and I've got all these different ideas and they all come out and it's like word vomit. And then I get overwhelmed and I feel like, oh my goodness, I cannot cope right now. And I am going to say this right now. There is life happening outside of this room right now, and I'm very aware that you might be able to pick it up in this recording, but I want to be here, and because I've said to myself, I'm going to show up in a less than perfect way and like without it being so structured. And if I have these moments where I feel like I want to share something, I'm just going to share it. And that is me definitely meeting my edge right now because I feel like in the past I've been very much of the opinion that I can't do something unless I look a certain way, unless I feel a certain way. And even when it comes to like healing certain elements of emotions that I've got, it's like I can't do it unless I have not only certain crystals, but the crystals need to have been cleansed, they need to have been positioned in a certain way before I interact with them. And then I have to do this like deep cleansing ritual, which is like 12 different steps, which I absolutely love because I love pouring love into my into things that I care about, crystals being one of them. And now I'm just in this space of like, okay, I have the things, I am the divine channel that I am, and I want to just enjoy the journey for what it is. And I want to prove to myself that I can definitely show my audience that healing does not have to be perfect, and even more so, it's the intention behind the action that kind of helps a lot more than the quote unquote perfect circumstances or the ideal circumstances of you actually getting into whatever practice it is that you're doing. Because I I'm calling myself out now. Like, I feel like the fact that I'm waiting for a certain moment for something to happen. There's a certain goal that I have, and I'm waiting for certain things to happen. But I was meditating yesterday, and one of the things was that I needed to really, like, I had to jump first. I had to do something in alignment with what I was wanting, and then like the world will catch up to me and my intention. But instead, I was being still, and I just needed to move and feel into the energy of being the woman who has the thing that I'm calling in. And I I really love how it's shifting how I approach not only business but like my other income streams, and also just how I'm interacting with the world as well. So yeah, I'm I'm meeting many different edges of like who I am and what I'm capable of, but I want to just kind of talk about more of what is coming up in the next 3 months. So, we've got the continuation of the offers that I was sharing in December. So, they will still be sprinkled in here and there. Then I have got some ASMR content coming up for you. Now, with my YouTube channel, I will be making sure that the playlist headings match the wave or the season that we were in. So, the idea is that we're moving into different waves of content, and the intention is that years to come you can go back to a certain section and you'll have like the previous year's content connected to that particular wave. So for instance, the like final portion of the year we're talking about baby loss, so all of that is going to be in one space. And then there's going to be, like, for now we're moving into the space of corporate deconditioning. So this is your like space for if you are in a working environment that doesn't feel ideal for you, and you're a woman who is really wanting to connect more with her spirituality. You're wanting to find a way to either bring that connection more into balance, where you have that work-life balance of being able to do what you need to do, and then also coming in and having the emotional bandwidth and the physical bandwidth to engage in the spiritual practices that you would like to do. And then as you're doing all of that, you can kind of come in and decide for yourself whether you want to stay with this balance, or if you want to increase the spiritual and creative aspect, and see if it's something that you would like to pursue as a passion project, if you would like to kind of slow the pace of the corporate world down and kind of find different avenues that work for you. And the reason for this, and the reason for you finding my content, is that you have the goal of either having your first baby or healing from a situation where it's a high stress, high pressure environment, and your connection with your intuition isn't where you feel it's at its best, and you would like to improve that so that you can understand what your body is telling you and communicating with you on a day-to-day basis. So slowing down feels more aligned for you, and then like planning to have either your first baby or another baby in the coming year or couple of years. This is the content that I am sharing with you. So the corporate deconditioning part of it is all about shifting from that mindset of being like, productivity is the only way that I can be successful, and we're redefining that and helping you feel more in control of like looking for the magic and the success in other ways, while giving your body the time to calm down, heal through, and connect with your intuition and your voice, rather than somebody else's voice telling you what to do and like when to do it and also how to do it. Because there are ways that things get to be done in, like, you can do a number of things in so many different ways, and it's all about finding what works for you. So that's the corporate deconditioning portion of my content across the board. Now, there's going to be healing practices, and there will be the podcast, the Becoming Serenity wave. So there will be, I believe, 10 episodes this time around, but next time there'll be 12. Yeah, so for the corporate deconditioning section, there will be at least 10 episodes ready for you. They'll be coming out by the end of January. I will make sure that I have a post and an announcement for when all 12 will drop, so they'll all come out at the same time. And this helps you have a full set of episodes ready for you, so that you can continue to feel held for as long as you need to in this corporate deconditioning wave. And there will also be opportunities for you to connect with me. I will also have an opportunity for you to work with me in a one-to-one capacity that will be available in 2026, starting from the 1st of January. So I will certainly be talking more about that in the next update. I'll be talking about that. And now we are also going to be focusing on the spiritual aspect of, I don't really like using the word trying to conceive or just the word trying, because to me and in my world, it makes me feel like there is a possibility of failure. And then if we kind of deepen that idea and that word, there is the connotation of, if you failed something, you're not worthy of it, or you're not good enough, and you have to change a lot of things about yourself in order to be worthy, feel worthy. And that's subjective, and I don't like the word trying. So we're not going to be talking about trying to do something and trying to conceive specifically. In my world and moving forward, I am going to be using the term, opening the portal to motherhood. And that then feels a lot more expansive to my own body. It feels more expansive to my community and how I want to talk about it, and also like shift the conversation and the energy around the whole process of trying to conceive and just feeling into that energy. So now there is also a way in which we can work together in this capacity, and it is the Serenity Spirit Baby experience. Now, I will be going into a lot more detail as I'm unveiling and connecting with the content a lot more, but again, I will have the podcast, the Becoming Serenity podcast episodes coming out about that. I might do that in February just so that you've got a bit of time. So I will be talking about it, but the actual podcast episodes for it won't be coming out until February, to kind of give you a bit of a break from the corporate deconditioning stuff if you are in the process of listening to those episodes as well. So then you've got something that you can still use alongside the corporate deconditioning stuff, but also it kind of gives you something to look forward to in February. Then we are going to just focus mostly. Okay, so at this time, we're going to be just focusing mostly on the corporate deconditioning and then the spiritual serenity spirit baby experience, and kind of building on the ethereal and etheric pregnancy connection and the hub of energy that you can build on before your baby is like physically inside you and growing day by day. I will be talking more about conscious conception as well, in and around the spirit baby stuff as well, to kind of ground you and help you anchor into the physical side of fertility and optimizing your body and your brain for pregnancy, and just also helping you from a spiritual and emotional perspective in terms of like planning for your baby, your future baby, to make an entrance into your world. So, getting you to a point where you feel more confident about how money's coming in and things like that. We're going to be doing the energetic work with money, but with a focus on bringing in your baby. So, I'm trying to think. Okay, so the next part is all to do with ASMR. Now, I will be going into more detail about ASMR and how it can help and benefit you, but this is going to be my whisper content. And I know that some people find it very activating in like the wrong way. So I will have a separate playlist with all of those things in. However, there will be some videos towards the end. I will make sure in each of the wave playlists that each ASMR video is towards the end, and I will put a disclaimer in front of each and every one of those videos just in case it's on autoplay and you aren't looking at the screen and you're not aware of the next video that is coming up. So, I feel like that is what I wanted to share with you at the moment. I will really get into the energy of like clearing a lot of stagnant energy from this year. Like, I've done a lot of emotional clearing this year. I've been quite proud of how far I've come, and I do want to talk to you about that, because this year alone has just been so transformative, and it's been one of the years where things have started to feel like they're all coming together. Like, all the work that I've been doing with Washea, personally with my healing, it's all just been like feeling like it's not really gone anywhere. And then like this year came about and it's all just kind of like finally sorting into place. And yeah, I do want to talk about this a lot more. So I will be talking about that very, very soon. Hopefully before the year is out. And I know we're kind of getting very, very close with the year coming to a close, but I can trust that I will get there soon, and I will make it work. But yeah, that is mainly what I wanted to talk to you about, just like what's coming up in the year. And of course, there will be the Becoming Serenity podcast drops, as I've mentioned, and then the Behind the Waves episodes as well that will be coming out. So that's just more behind the scenes stuff so that I can kind of keep you guys up to date and give you something that you can listen to so you're aware of what's kind of going on behind the waves, and you're not necessarily thinking, oh my gosh, where's this thing? Why is this not happening? Or, oh, it's gone a bit quiet and I haven't heard much. This Behind the Waves series is me being able to actually just keep you guys up to date as quickly as possible without trying to overthink how to get the information to those who are in my world. And yeah, again, with the perfectionism and getting overwhelmed with tech, like audio is my thing. If you weren't made aware of it, or if you've just come into my world, audio is my thing. So I will definitely use voice notes over like pretty much any other way of communicating with you. And yeah, I feel like this is just an extended voice note, which is beautiful to me. It feels really good to me to actually be able to do something and feel good while doing it. And I'm so, so grateful to be having this as my job. So, oh my gosh, one sec. Right. Oh, how could I forget? So, there is also going to be some soundscapes, and these are just beautiful meditations and like activating music spaces that you just get to immerse yourself into. These are going to be, some of them will be like more immersive audio, so they'll be quite long, but there is no expectation for you to be like fully present with them. They are very hypnotic in nature, they're predictable, so they are going to be there to soothe your nervous system. And there will also be a few options to where I will include light language in some of them. So these will be harmonies. And in terms of like vocal artistry and like vocal mastery and things like that, there is something that I have up my sleeve. I'm not gonna say too much about what I have in terms of that and like what I'm planning, but I'm really, really excited because it allows me to connect with a part of me that feels really good and really playful. So I will talk more about it closer to the time that it comes to me actually sharing the things that I've got up my sleeve or up my fin. And yeah, will continue when the time is right. So yeah, I hope that you had a gentle holiday period, and I can't wait to get back into work in full flow. Like I'm just planning and flowing into it gently while healing through the flu. This mermaid is down today. But hopefully I'll be swimming back up into content creation very, very soon. And I just love it. I'm so excited to see who comes into my world, who swims into the world of Washea in 2026. And I'm so excited for those of you who decide to swim back into my world in 2026. Like I'm so excited to see what unfolds and how it all unfolds and the magic. So yeah, thank you ever so much for spending time with me today. And until next time, I will see you. soon.